Okay. Yeah. The only other problem with this trailer is this door. It is very tight. So when I decided to split off from the family farm and go on my own, I had a few challenges, and a lot of it was equipment related because the day I split, I owned a high cycle sprayer, a 25 horsepower tractor, and a 4.0 planter. And obviously, 4.0 planter and 220 acres of cash crop isn't going to work very good. So I've since went out and I bought a new tractor, a planter, combine, a couple heads, but one thing that was still missing was some way to get water and chemical out to my sprayer in the field. So this past winter, there was an online auction where fairly close to me actually, there was an old sprayer semi-truck tender trailer, and I ended up purchasing it for $1,500, and we are on our way right now to pick it up. Now, I do not own a semi yet. However, my dad has this old 98 Mack, and I absolutely love this truck. And it basically only gets used in the fall for hauling grain. The rest of the year, it sits idle and just does nothing. So my dad said, you are more than welcome to borrow my truck for your tender trailer here this year. I would rather see it get driven than sit in the shed all summer long. So I got the 98 here, and this is going to be my rig for the year. And come fall time, when it's time for me to harvest my crop, they said I could probably borrow this truck and a trailer for a few days to get my crop in. So yeah, I saw my trucks probably in the future, but for this year, unless a deal comes up near me, this is probably going to be my truck. Here we are. You guys are going to see this beauty here in a few seconds. Now, this is not the auction site. We got it home from the auction site here this winter and then just parked it over here at our other acreage. So it's just kind of just sitting out here, but it needs a little bit of work before I can officially use it. Sorry, my grain tag is getting in front of the camera there. I'm not a fan of hooking up semi-trailers. I think I got it. Let's see, the handle's engaged. That means we should be locked on. Sweet. My landing gear still works very, very well. Something that I was kind of surprised when I went and picked it up. And here she is in all of her beauty. I believe it's like a 1987 Strick van trailer. It's insanely tall, just kind of like a weirdly, it's like a kid in puberty, you know, kind of oddly proportioned. It's old, it's rusty, it's seen better days, but it's mine. Now, I paid a whopping $1,500 for this trailer, but I didn't buy it for the trailer per se. I bought it for the stuff in the trailer. This roll-up door is kind of rusty. But if we hop up inside here, this is why I bought it. It has two, I believe these are 2,000 gallon tanks. Maybe they're like 2,200 gallon tanks. I mean, I don't see any. Oh, right here, 2,000. Oh, right here's 2,000. I'm guessing, or 4,400 gallon tanks or something like that. There's another one up there. So I got like 4,000 plus gallons of water and fertilizer storage on this trailer. Plus it has all the plumbing, it has a little induction cone, and there used to be, when I bought it, on the auction listing, there was a transfer pump right there. But when I went to pick this thing up, the door was slightly open and the transfer pump was gone. So I got someone came and stole my transfer pump. So I gotta put a new one on there. However, we do have a couple of slightly used transfer pumps sitting around the shop. So I should be able to find one, throw that on there. Came with this chemical cage. It still has chemical in it, along with some Callisto Extra. And I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna take all this to my local co-op or a chemical dealer because they have a way of properly disposing of old chemicals, and I do not want to use this stuff. I don't know how long it's been sitting, and it froze over the winter, and so I'm gonna take that and properly dispose of it. It also has a pump, a chemical pump and meter, which these things are also very expensive, but same thing. I think it sat full. I bought it in the middle of winter. I mean, it had already frozen, and it was sitting here. I'm pretty sure it's full, and then it froze. So I'm guessing that probably does not work anymore because, yeah, the chemical, this was left open. But all the plumbing is there. I mean, all the plumbing back to the transfer tank is there. If we go on this side, the fill port is right here. So, I mean, in terms of like work that needs to be done to this, throw a transfer pump in here, clean everything else out, and then get some hose. I got 30 foot of, I think, 2-inch hose to fill my sprayer. That really should be all that I need. And this thing should be ready to go. So yeah, I mean, the plan is to use this for the next couple of years, and I mean, you can see how much rust, you know, has eaten this trailer. So the trailer is nothing special, but if it gets me by 2 or 3 years, maybe I can save up for a little nicer trailer, and then I can just take all this stuff out of this trailer and put it in a little nicer one. So I'm pretty excited for this. It's definitely not a showpiece, and it looks kind of funky, but if it gets the job done and it gets it done cheap, I don't see why I should care at all. I thought about painting like a big 6th-gen farmer thing on the side of this trailer, but the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a lot more time and money than the trailer is worth. So probably not gonna bother. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The only other problem with this trailer is this door is very tight. Yeah. I can't quite get it down all the way, but it's so tight, and I don't really think it matters because it's not going anywhere. It's kind of windy out today. Wow, does the wind ever catch the side of this flat side trailer? Oh my goodness. Being that it's empty probably doesn't help any either. A little gust of wind like takes me sideways. So a couple of days have gone by, and I need to start work on this trailer because spraying is the first thing I'm gonna be doing this spring, because I need to spray down my pre-emerge and my fertilizer before I go and field cultivate. So that means that I need to replace that stolen transfer pump that was on the trailer. And these are my two options. We kind of have these sitting in storage, and they're just both really old Briggs and Strattons. So basically, I'm gonna see which one will start. Neither of these we've ever used. I think my sister had one at her property that we got, and then I think the other one came from an auction. So I'm gonna check the oil, see if I can't get one of these things to fire. If I can get one to fire and start and run for a couple seconds, then I will choose that one, whatever one starts first. And my dad was examining my trailer, and he also found that my induction cone is cracked, so I'm probably gonna steal this induction cone as well. Does it have oil? Well, that's not a dipstick, that's just a plug. See, this side has a dipstick. Neither side has a dipstick, but I can see the oil. Oh yeah, it's got plenty of oil. It's black, but it'll be good enough to see if it'll start, and then I can change it after the fact. Okay, I don't know how to dump the fuel out, so we're gonna do it like this. The fuel in there smells nasty, which kind of expected, to be honest. Oh yeah, nice orange color that gasoline is definitely not supposed to be. What's the chance this thing starts like right away? I think that must be the kill switch. Is there a different kill switch? I do not see a kill switch. That must be the kill switch. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. See if a little bit of liquid persuasion helps. Well, I drained the fuel in this one and refilled it. I also realized that maybe part of the problem was that I took the engine upside down and flooded it. So maybe it just needs to sit a little bit too. Maybe the carb needs to be cleaned out. I don't know. Oil actually looks halfway decent in this one. It's not totally just black. So we'll give this one a fuel pull. See if this one starts. Okay, persuasion juice. We're going to use this one. Not only did it start, but when I started looking through our drawers, I actually found a new spark plug for it, which we only have like 3 or 4 spark plugs on hand, but one of them happened to be the right one. So this thing's kind of gross. I'm going to take it out, just pressure wash it off quick, change the oil, take it off this piece of wood, and then go put it in the trailer. No! Okay, good thing it was empty. This is going to be a slow dump. Actually, the oil doesn't look that bad. It's pretty clear, but oil's cheap. Might as well put some new stuff in, especially while I got it sitting here on a forklift. It's decided to start raining, which I guess I can't complain too much, but before I get the pump in here, I want to get this out. Now, previous owner left me a nice bit of chemical in here too, which I'm surprised it's not leaking because this is cracked on the bottom. So that's fun, I gotta deal with that. And then I gotta get this chemical cage out of here. Getting her cleaned out in here. I'll get a new battery. Luckily, even though this has stuff in it, they have a quick disconnect right here. So I can quick disconnect this. This isn't bolted down anyways, so literally just lift it out of here. That valve's closed. Tilt it on its side, and then put this in that other cage and just dump it all together, and then take it to the co-op or local chemical dealer. Also, there is a full, this is a kerosene tank, but I'm guessing it's full of gas because there was a motor in here, and I'm guessing that's all bad, but I mean it is absolutely full. Then I can get this pallet out of here. It did come with a nice ladder actually, and while I was messing around with the ladder, I decided to climb up to the top of the tank, and these tanks are bigger than I thought they were. This is a 2,500 gallon tank, so I actually got 5,000 gallons worth of water storage, which is kind of nice. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Can I get that to go in there? This is a job for many men, and I am but one man. Get closer. Aha! Okay, I got that in there. Raise this way up in the air so nothing comes out of this side, and open this valve. Aha, genius! I can hear it going in there. Beautiful. Look at that, no chemical spills. It actually doesn't smell that bad. I mean, there's enough in there. I might put it in my pickup and then fill my pickup up and dilute it down. I bet it'll be just fine. That fuel does not smell bad at all, really. Well, I basically got everything out.
There is still a ladder, which would be easy to get out, and there is a couple of old AMS bags. I'll get those out, but I'm just gonna sweep this out, make it nice and clean. There's a raccoon turd. That's nice. Well, I got the right fitting on the bottom of this new induction tank. I even got a paint marker and painted all the numbers so I can see them a lot easier. Now this will just kind of slide right here. I don't want to hook the hosing up to it yet, which is just over there, because this valve is broken. I'd like to be able to control when I can turn my tanks on and off. So I am going to attempt to remove this stuff, and I think we actually might have some spare valves in the shop that I can just swap this out with. So, slight change in plans. I mean, still working on everything here. The problem is that my dad said you should really look inside these tanks, see how they look. So I crawl up top, poke my head in, and there's just a bunch of crap at the bottom of these tanks. I can't tell quite what it is. Just looks like stuff that's settled out of water over the years, and I don't want to be cussing these things every time I fill up my sprayer and clog all of my filters. So I'm gonna try and push these 2,500 gallon tanks out of this trailer so that way I can clean them out and then try to push them back in. I removed all the plumbing, and basically I just have to move my ladder and my induction cone, and I should just be able to push this out of here. The problem is that I can't fit through there. That's too tight. Obviously can't fit through there. So the previous owner made a little window right there, and I think I can squeeze through there and then try to just push this out by hand. We'll see if it works. In order to fit through this, I'm probably gonna have to slim down at least a little bit here. Jacket's coming off, and my Leatherman holster has to come off. YouTube, my pants are staying on. Well, the camera's going down anyways. Probably a good thing. Oh, okay. Oh crap, I just felt the ladder kind of go. This wasn't made for anyone any bigger than me. I'm in. Okay, I mean, that gap's pretty small too, but I'm gonna see if I can't start trying to slide it out. My dad claims that he used to load 2,000 gallon tanks by himself when he was my age, so this is a 2,500 gallon tank, it's a little bit bigger, but theoretically I should be able to push it out. It is empty. Oh, it actually is moving. It's actually kind of amazing. Lots of room to go. So now the plan is we got the fork extensions on the skid steer, and I'm just gonna push it on the forks, and then we can get it down and I can clean it out. That's the plan. So got it tipped on its side. And if we take a look inside, see that big old pile of something? I gotta get that out of there. Dad thinks it's probably just rust from the water just accumulated over the years, but that going through my sprayer filters would absolutely drive me mad. So clean this one out and then try to get the other one out and clean that one out too. Got a block on this side, skid steer on this side, that way I don't start rolling down in the field. Got my respirator, a brush, and a dustpan. I'm not looking forward to this at all. The nice thing about these tanks, ooh, I gotta be quiet because it's so echoey. I don't think these have been in the sun hardly at all, because typically they get hard and brittle when they're in UV. I think these have spent their life in this trailer because like the sides are still very flexible and it seems to be in very, very nice condition, the tanks, which is good. Nasty. Woo! It actually was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I'm pretty sure my dad's right. I think this is just contaminants. This is everything that came out. I think this is just contaminants from using well water or something. Because you can tell when a tank has had chemicals in it or if it's just had water. And like you can just tell by the smell, by the way it looks in there, by stains, and just look inside this tank. It's just had water in it. It doesn't smell. There's really no stains. I'm pretty sure this is just contaminants from the previous owner using well water. So, one down, one to go.
Getting these back up is going to be a little interesting.
What?
I'm guessing getting these tanks up is going to be harder than
Yeah, probably.
getting them down once.
Got both tanks cleaned out. Got my trailer all cleaned out. We're gonna attempt to put them back in. Yeah, I know, fancy, right?
Isn't that nice? Yeah, not a little.
What?
Oh.
I mean, there's multiple. You look at the roof?
Quite a few places where it got hit.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of patches and other abnormalities.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, now I got the tanks in, got the motor mount back on. I got the new transfer pump on. Now I just gotta tighten these bolts down, and then this is mounted, and then I gotta get the induction cone in. Probably this direction. Actually, let's go this direction. Yeah. That way I can see the light through the induction cone. I can see my numbers better. Cool. Whew. I'm basically done. Got the motor pump mounted. I got the induction cone connected. The induction cone, well, it's not really screwed down, but it's not really going to go anywhere either because it's going to be tied in with all the piping. I might just throw a screw through here just so it kind of stays still, but there's only two things I'm missing at the moment. One would be the fill hose for the sprayer itself, so that'll connect on right here. Now, I'm not planning on doing anything fancy. It's a 2-inch hose. I don't have the hose at the moment. I got to order it, but I'm not going to do a hose reel or anything. I'm just going to get like 20, 30 foot of hose. And then when I'm done, just kind of wrap it up on here. I have plenty of room back here. And secondly, the valve body and everything that was right here. So there was basically a giant T. So you'd fill up beneath here, and then it would go between this tank and that tank. And then you would turn a valve here if you wanted to do suction through it. One of the valves was broken, and I don't have a spare. So I have to order that too. So 10 minutes putting that on, add a hose. I'm ready to go spraying.